On the bot side, you'll see it's going to be the Ziggs and Rakan against Kai'Sa Yuumi. So the push-out potential is going to be there for the Ziggs. He's going to be able to push out and potentially allow Zine and allow the Rakan to roam around. But a very exciting draft to see how things are going to be going here in the first day.
Still makes me smile is seeing how some of the overall compositional setups for these teams isn't that much different than when we last saw some international competition over in 2022. And the idea is that you have your strongest backliner, usually one, and then a bunch
back and forth to figure out what these teams kind of want to go for, where their bot lane kind of relies in the end. Acrobat taken a little bit low early on. This is a 4 versus 4 in this bot side.
Bit of a tussle already in the bottom river, just trying to fight for control of
Flash
the grab.
forward.
KDU was looking for the fling and gets it. The flash comes through a little too late. Paciencia goes down for first blood. South Korea is the first one to strike in our best of one.
Yeah, incredible play there, and you get the kill onto Acrobat. This is exactly what we were talking about. You can feed the Acrobat, you can allow him to get ahead early on, and sometimes this Kai'Sa can struggle a little bit in the early stages, but if she can get a little bit of a goal, if she can get that first item, get the evolved to start things rolling, then it's going to allow her to carry a little bit later on. You can see there's even an invade happening as well. Flash forward from the Kai'Sa. Creed goes down. 2 kills for Acrobat, and that is not what Turkish Delight wanted early on.
I mean, listen, if I'm Kai'Sa and I see a free kill on my screen, I want that goal every single day.
Knock-up.
But the counterplay from Zine's Rakan finds that Gren entrance and gets one back for Turkish Delights as the action continues. Bambi hits level 5, goes for the cease and desist, gets the shutdown onto Acrobat's Kai'Sa, but at the cost of his own life.
And it seems like the action doesn't really stop, to be fair. We thought all the action was going to come into play for the AAA ramp, but the action reasons why Nocturne is still very popular, even after the changes and even after the style of making sure that you get like enough as well to make sure that it's enough damage in the end, but still, okay, cease and desist down to the bottom side.
Lost chapter already used. Here comes the rest of the cavalry from the side of Team Taeson.
Bambi's in the back.
And Bambi is doing major damage, looking for the cat as well. Already takes them down. Acrobat and Harang biting the dust there, at least for the side
of... has now moved over to the mid lane just to try and get a little bit more priority in this mid and try and make sure that he can keep this mid lane roaming, as we see the objectives will be spawning very, very soon.
Yep, we've got 15
there
seconds, and Turkish Delights, if they find this big pick, it can lead to easily an ensemble takeover, eliminating Acrobat from the Rift. Looks like Harang was able to make it out alive, but no Acrobat means that it's going to be a lot more difficult for Team Taeson to try and take control of the river for the ensemble.
And you can see the focus is just going to be on Acrobat this entire time, as the Yuumi is going to be trying to go in here using the ultimate, trying to make sure that he can do enough damage onto Nocturne. Huge fight happening, and Besser is onto the back line.
Oh boy, Death Realm was already used. Massive knockup with the public execution from Carol, but it goes a little too deep. Gets taken out by Creed Ziggs, blown to smithereens. Here comes another massive knockup as Zine is buying space with the Rakan, and now Paciencia cannot get the job done as Acrobat was blinking on 200 HP, but barely survives, and somehow Team Taeson wrestled control of the ensemble away from Turkish Delights.
Yeah, Turkish Delight was trying to get advantage there because Acrobat was dead, and Bambi goes in again. The ensemble does go over to the Nocturne, but Bambi gets 1 kill onto the Kai'Sa. They get another kill onto the Nocturne, so that is 2 kills. They can move over to the Drake if they want to, but the ensemble goes over to Team Taeson, and another death over to Acrobat. 4 deaths, I mean, we talk about focusing as, there's another kill. Big mistake there.
KDU's got to be a little bit too careful. He did have some backup on Carol's and Bessa with the Yuumi attached, just not able to close the distance in time to find some revenge kills back onto Turkish Delight. And for the most part, Stuart, kind of zoom out a bit. Dragon is still in control of the bottom side of the map. Bambi and Zine, though, making their way to the top side of the map now.
Yeah, both of them roaming again. We talked about the junglers and supports roaming together. Unfortunately, knockup doesn't land onto the Zine, but tries to use the charm instead. But there's so much mobility on this Ambessa, but a pullback from the Mordekaiser. Will it be enough? It will be. Killing spree for Bambi. 6 kills for him. Again, the player that we were talking about is going to lead the charge for Turkish Delight and maybe even play into the bot side. Not going to be able to pick up the kill on the Singe, but does blow his flash in the end.
You know what? We'll take that. Hang on. Mid lane action counter response from Team Taeson, able to blow
with the
up.
rework that came in for Singe this year, where his third ability now works as a dash. There's a dive onto top sides.
Paciencia tries to use the Fate Seal to escape, but cannot get through the likes of RGC. But now that the Nocturne has showed himself, that's easy lockdown for Bambi and the rest of Turkish Delights. The counter response is massive. They find Acrobat and eliminate RGC off the rip.
Yeah, and the Yumi is going to be ultimate here from the Mordekaiser, and that's going to be another kill. So 3 kills, over for Turkish Delight. The Yone does drop down, but this could be the opportunity to turn towards the Baron. Turkish Delight finds the opportunity in the side lane. Bit of an overextension from the Kaiser and the Nocturne.
And it's crucial timing for Turkish Delight to make that play just as the Baron spawns. Now, with the Baron buff on their side, it is going to give them a massive window to deal insane damage to all
Team
the remaining...
Taesons, they're one dragon away from that soul, as the ultimate does come on through from the Bambi. Again, they're trying to dive onto Ambessa, but he's very hard to kill, does go down at the end, and Bambi just keeps on going.
Bambi is building a lethality item for his third spike. This guy knows that he is the one assassinating their targets.
And I think that's why he went for something like the Ziggs. He didn't go for like these highly skilled, AD carries that Keegan maybe picked up. Bambi going really deep underneath 3 towers.
Oh no!
Bambi, that might be a little bit too far.
Lost Chapter and the healing from Yumi at least
Yone
provides Acrobat some reprieve. And here comes the counter response. KDU finds his moment knowing that Yone had no other place to make, able to isolate Varus in the Baron lane as well. The Mordekaiser blocks, and now Acrobat is firing on all cylinders. This is his moment to step up and shine. No other threats can deter him now. Turkish Delights fall, and Team Taeson have the momentum on their side.
Huge mistake for Bambi. It looks like he was trying to again focus onto the Kaiser, but he was able to flash away and escape. And sometimes with the Vi, when you use the ultimate, you should know that you're going to get followed. You've got to keep on following through the flashes, through the dashes. The Vi, the Mordekaiser, and the Rakan. But look, they're trying to trap in the Baron bush. They're just going to rush it.
They're going to rip it. I don't think Team Taeson having a clue. They're going to slowly walk in, allowing other members. Bambi pulls the trigger on the trap, looking for KDU. Tries to look for Ambessa next, but they have to peel on back. Acrobat is keeping his distance, and now he's ready to unload. Here comes the auto text. Here comes the dashes. The killer instinct allows him to pivot beautifully. And the rest of Turkish Delight do not stand a chance against South Korea's best. Acrobat leading the charge alongside the rest of Team Taeson. They're going to push into the base. This could be game.
This could be game number 1 and the best of one. The first of today as Acrobat, the shining star for South Korea. Turkish Lights couldn't shut him down, and Acrobat came here with a reason and came here with a focus. And that's to win the first game of the day.
Team Taeson deal first blood in our single round robin of the creator track. And even though Turkish Delights, they had great moments and were able to try and push their lead as much as they could, it was that one mistake, Stuart, the over-aggression dive.